Hi there, All Souls students. Welcome to day one. You made it. Woohoo! We're in math, where I'm going to walk you through the whole lesson today from beginning to end of how it should look in your home. Just in case, for some reason, I'm never with you through this, or if mom and dad can't get you access to online, you'll know how it's supposed to flow from beginning to end. First thing we're always going to do, just like in class, is we're going to take out our math fact folders. Hopefully you have one, all from class. If you don't remember how to use it, which you should, but if you don't, I attached to my YouTube channel an instructional video on how to use it, but I'm going to assume that you know how. So let's pull out our folders and let's write in our first factors. I know a lot of you are on 6s, a lot of you are on, I think the highest we have in our room right now is a 9, but I'm so excited to see how far you can go at home. And when we get back to class, to see where you are and how confident you are in your multiplication facts. So we're writing in our first factor in every single space. And I'm going to read off your second factors today. You normally don't have to have me read them off to you. You can have mom say them randomly, or your older sister say them randomly, or anybody in your house read off random 1 through 12 for you and set a timer for a minute. But today I'm going to walk you through this. This will be the only video where I will walk you through this. Normally you will do this on your own before you watch the instruction video for the day. Got it? Cool. Okay, so your first factor should be in. I'm going to read your second factor. Are you ready? Here we go. 2, 7, 12, 4, 1, 11, 9, 6, 8, 10, 5, 3. This is when you would set your timer for a minute. On your mark, get set, go. Woo! Pause the video. And you're back. If you passed and you got all of them right, have your older sister or mom or dad or grandma check. If you got them all right, woohoo, I would make a chart at home. Make a chart for yourself, put it on your wall. If you pass them, cross it off just like we would in class. Put a little star next to it. If you pass, let me know. Take a picture of it. I want to celebrate with you so that when we get back, we can put those stars on our chart as well. Next thing. So after we do that every morning, you're going to move into our lesson. So pull out your green books. We're on page 286 today. We're going to be mixing around, kind of doing some review of things we've already talked about a little bit, but things we might need to touch on a little bit more. So this week we're going to be hitting on time. The heading of this lesson is quarter hour, and it's on page 286. I've attached in the lesson plan, if you pull up the lesson plan, a YouTube video you can go on to watch, and it will just remind you about the quarter hour on the clock. I also wanted to show you and share with you a great website I found that pulls up the clock and makes it really easy to work with. So I'm gonna bear with me as I share my screen real quick. All right, and I'm back. This is a great website. It's called visnos.com/demos/clock. I found it, I was looking online. It's nice and big, and it allows me to move my hands with my cursor. I can move that minute hand around if I want to, and I can move the hour hand around if I want to, and the minute hand will move as I move that hour hand. And then it shows me that time on the left. I can also practice, and there's a game in here that randomly, if you press this dice, it will randomly switch to a time, and I can take off this time here, and I could do it with mom, and I could pull the time, woo, and mom could say, what time is it? And I could see if I could say it faster than mom, and it could be a quick game for us. But today I'm going to use this to talk with you about quarter hour real quick. So I'm going to bring my time up to noon. And I'm going to show you our time clock is divided in, we can divide it into 4 sections, and we call those quarters. And unlike a dollar, it's not 100. Our quarters are 15 minutes apiece. So we have right here would be 15 minutes past, or quarter past. If I move here, this is called half past, which would be 30 minutes. 45 minutes, which would be quarter to. And then we have back at the top, which are 0. So this is a great way to, if you need to use a clock during these lessons, you can pull this up and use this while you're working. Sorry, I'm getting messages from work. Getting lots of those nowadays, and always feel free to message me or dojo me anytime you need. But now I'm going to go back to my regular screen and I'm going to pull up my whiteboard, and we're going to work out the first couple on this page so that we can get in the swing of doing these things, and then we'll check our answers, okay? All right, give me a second and I will go back. All right, I should be back. Woohoo! Still getting in the hang of this thing. We're going to look at number 1, which says 1 hour and 15 minutes. Hopefully you can read this correctly. So what I'm going to do for this is super easy. I just have to turn my hours into minutes. It says tell how many minutes are in 1 hour and 15 minutes. I know if I have 1 hour, how many minutes are in an hour? I can look at the top of my page in that little yellow box there right underneath the heading, and it says 60 minutes are in 1 hour. So I can turn this into a 60 plus 15 equals what? Do you see how I set that up, students? So when you're writing this on your paper, of course, you have your name, you have your heading, you have your date, and you're going to single space between the lines. You're going to write number 1 because you're doing all the odds today. And I want you to show me your work, just like I would require you to do it in class, so that eventually when you do finish and you send this page to me, I don't want to see just the answer. I want to see that you've actually worked it out and you've taken those minutes and added them to the other minutes that you had. Got me? So then I'm going to add it like this. Now this is horizontally adding. If you wanted to vertically add, you could do 60 plus 15 equals what? And you could add it on top of each other, top and bottom, which is vertically. Just make sure that at the end, you always do what? Always circle your final answer. That way I know where to look and I know that you know what the exact final answer is. Okay? So then you don't need to go and answer number 2. You can go and answer right to question number 3, which says how many minutes are in 2 hours? So tell me, what would that equation look like? I'll give you a second to write it down. I just don't want you to write the answer. I want to see this plus this equals this, because you have 2 hours. It should be this, 60, plus this, 60, equals 120. Bing, bing, bing. Make sure you show your work. Math is all about showing your work. I also know what your handwriting looks like, just to be checking in. Okay, so then you have numbers 5 in there, and I'm not going to give you the answer to number 5. We're going to flip over to page 287, and we're going to look at the odd numbers on that one. They have this word there called standard form. The standard form is what you would see on a digital clock. So if they show you an analog clock, the standard form would be writing it in the digital way, just like we would with the colon, hours 6:30, writing it in standard form. So we're going to look at number 7, and we see that it's almost pointing to the 10, and my minute hand is over on the 9. But I need to think, how many minutes is it if my minute hand is on the 9? Well, how many quarters past 9 is it? 1, 2, 3 quarters past. So 3 quarters equals how many minutes? 45 minutes. 45 minutes. It's pointing at the 9. 9 is 45 minutes, or quarter till 10. But we're going to write it in standard form, which means it's going to look like this. Excuse me, of course, I don't have my eraser. Here we go. So you're going to write it in standard form, which means you're going to put your hour, you're going to put a colon, and then you're going to put the minute. This is standard form, 9:45. So then you're going to go and continue to answer numbers 9, 11, 13. And then I get to some different questions when it gets to numbers 15 through 18. It says draw the time and show the hour and minute hands. So this time you're going to be drawing it on the analog clock. I don't need all the details on the analog clock. You can make it pretty simple. Let me show you. You're just going to be drawing your circle. I would break it up into your quarters. You have your 12 at the top, 3, 6, 9. Put your dot in the middle. Make sure this is down enough so you can see. Then you're going to draw the time, and the first time they want you to draw is 1 o'clock. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Shorthand's pointing at the 1. Longhand is straight up here pointing at the 12. This is what I would want to see on your paper. Okay? When I'm checking your answers, which I will be doing when you send it to me every day, I will be checking to make sure that you have drawn the clock for number 11 or for number 15 and for number 17, and that your hands are in the correct spot. Should be easy. Now, when I get to, I do numbers 15, I do number 17, then I'm going to do numbers 19 and 21. With numbers 19 and 21, they're only asking you if it's AM or PM. So you're going to say, is it in the morning hours? Is it before noon? Or is it happening after noon, PM? So they're saying, is dinner time AM or PM? And then for 21, they're saying breakfast time, AM or PM. Should be pretty easy. I didn't want to make it hard for you today. So then once you're done with that lined piece of paper and all your answers are on it, just the odds, you can take a picture of it and you can email me that picture, or you can dojo me that picture. And don't forget to also tell me if you passed your math facts from your math fact folder. Alrighty? That should be it for today. Don't forget, if you need extra help, go to that YouTube video that I attached in the lesson plan and you can watch, and it will reiterate some of those quarter past ideas for you if you need to review those things. And I'm always here if you need me to. All right, talk to you later. Bye-bye.